on, y'all? Okay, so Marty, say hi again. Like, just wave. Marty doesn't really, she's camera shy, y'all, so let's respect her privacy. Okay, so I have a question that I'm curious about. This is really what I wrote because have you heard of the fan page or for you page? No, fans, only fans page. Okay, well apparently, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in your comments. What I heard is that basically how that works is like if you have a big following, right? And obviously you look good or whatever, that you can actually have a private page. You can create a private page that is called OnlyFans.
Like a MySpace?
I guess, but it's basically private, and what they're doing is that they're putting naked pictures of themselves,
wow.
right? But wait, it doesn't stop there. So basically, you, based on how bad you think you are, I guess, you can put that on my website. I'm gonna be charging $59, $59.99 a month, let's say, or $20 a month. I mean, I would be super expensive, by the way, if I were to ever. We popping bottles up in this bitch. But I'm just curious to know if this is really the sole purpose of this app. If it's for a female to load naked pictures and for men
This is
to
for the strippers who can't be
like
strippers
is
right
it
now.
is it for that, or is it regular? Just because I tell you I'm banned from live. They banned me, right? For no fucking reason, and they're all saying to get that, but I'm not about to be all naked. Like, that's not gonna happen. You guys,
I mean,
I'm not trying to be funny, but I would be like 300 a month. I mean, you've seen the kind of pictures I take, man.
Yep, and that's just really pictures,
Like,
not like really
no.
nude pictures, but nude enough.
Like, no. So I'm just curious to know if that is the sole purpose of that app. Is it a sexual thing? I'm just curious, y'all. Then, moving along.
Well, I thought that was going to be a pause stop.
No.
I don't know where the thing
What are you looking for in a wife? I'm curious
wow.
because I want to be a wife. That is one of my aspirations. I want to be a wife. I want to take care of my man, be submissive to my man, cater to my man. And I want to know, what is a man looking for in a woman besides the obvious? Knowing how to cook, how to take a household. What do you expect? Even going as far as, if you already have kids, you obviously would want a woman that is going to make it easy for you to have a relationship with your kids. There are some bitches out there. I don't know how you as a parent can come in between, your new fucking man seeing his kids. It's crazy to me, but it happens. So I would like to know that. What are you looking for in a man? What is the ideal woman for you? Because at the end of the day, Marty, I don't know if you remember when we were having this conversation a while back, that it is in the guy's hand. He is the one that chooses a wife. It's not up to us.
No, we didn't have that
At the end of the day,
conversation.
the guy is that has the last word. He is the one, remember?
Yeah.
He is the one that makes that decision whether or not. Like, I would be a wife if a man has to make me a wife. Of course, I have to be prepared and I have to be ready to take on that role. But ultimately, if the men weren't ready for it, it wouldn't happen, right? So what do you think a woman needs to be a wife? I just feel like, okay, so I've always said that I can cook, I can take care of a household. I'm not lazy. I've been working since I was 13. I'm this and I'm that. But as I've gotten older, I realized that that's not enough. That's not enough. So what are you men looking for? What do you want? What do you
just
think?
understanding and drama free.
If you want somebody that you can stick it up the butthole, I'm not the one.
That's not.
No, I'm not the
That's
one.
not a qualification. That is priority. At all.
Some men are freaky, and they want that. I'm not doing that.
Alright, but no.
Would you do that?
Nope.
You giving the booty hole?
Nope.
It's not
I'm giving
happening.
nobody no booty hole.
It's not happening.
It's
yet.
my booty hole. My booty hole only got one way.
And then let's see. Because. Oh no, that was that. That was it, y'all.
That was it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you made it seem like there was something.
Oh no, and now let's talk about
Oh my god. 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 Oh my god.
Let's talk about while I eat my mangoes. First, did I show you my outfit?
Yes, that was the first scene.
Okay,
I don't know if you're gonna put it on the second scene.
Oh well, why not? They are my fans. You gotta give the fans what they want. Oh, the sun settled for me to show you guys.
Nice.
So, 100 years before I ask you the questions, if you had to go, Marta, I feel like you're not comfortable. Por favor.
I am comfortable.
Cross your legs like that.
You did it that way, I do it this way. I'm comfortable, girl.
Are you
I'm
sure?
Here.
I feel like that leg would
No,
feel
look
better
like this.
here.
I'm on my yoga stand.
Okay. So, guys, question. Marti. We're going to interview Marti. If you had to go 100 years back or 100 years forward, which would you choose?
I would go 100 years forward.
Is there a reason?
100 years back, technology wasn't there for me. And technology wasn't there for me. And I think I live on technology.
Okay. So you would go forward.
I can't wait to see what the future has. I do want the flying car.
You can't wait to see what the future has.
I'm going Jetson style.
And she wants a flying car. What else?
But I look forward to the past is already. For me, it's like it's done with, and
I feel like the only reason why
it's already explained. It already went. We went through it.
right away what I thought of as I was doing the research is I don't want to go back to slavery. Period.
Exactly.
So that is the first thing that I thought of, and I'm like, okay. My final answer is actually undecisive. I don't have an answer. I don't because.
But I'm adventurous, so I can't wait to know what's going on.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. That's what the show is about.
You're gonna tell me what's gonna happen 100 years from now.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I still have it up. Hopefully.
I mean, so I don't know if you don't, but you know the movie Back to the Future? I think it was in 2017. 2017? I think so. But whatever. They actually went to the future, we already went through that time. And it was interesting what they thought or believed our future would look like by this time. And some things existed, some things actually happened, and others didn't, but are pretty close to it. So I actually can't wait to see what's gonna happen even 20 years from now. I mean, from the time when my son was born to now, like technology has changed a lot.
Okay. Ready?
Nope.
Okay, guys. Oceans will be extensive. So I'm going to read each prediction. I'm going to tell you what is the likelihood that has been predicted, and then we're going to talk about it. What are your thoughts? So oceans will be extensively farmed and not just for fish. So the likelihood of this is 10 out of 10. We will need to feed 10 billion people, and nature can't keep up with the demand. So we will need much more ocean farming for fish. But algae farming is also on the way for renewable energy and maybe even for growth of feedstock, which in other words, raw materials, or resource extraction via GM seaweed or algae. So what are your thoughts? Is that something that you like? You don't have to go in depth into it.
I think obviously we've already taken over land-wise. We've taken up pretty much everything we can. Right now, hotels are being built underwater. Things are being done underwater because that's the next space. Is it good? I don't know.
Well, that's what you have waiting for you. Number 2, we will have the ability to communicate through thought transmission. The likelihood of this is 10 out of 10. It says, transmission will be just as easy as other forms of brain augmentation. Picking up thoughts and relaying them to another brain will not be much harder than storing them on the net. How do you feel about that?
Don't fuck with my head. That's bottom line. Don't fuck with my head.
That's gonna happen though.
Nah.
What you gonna do about it?
It's not Minority Report. You can't fuck with my head. There's always gonna be.
Talk louder for the audience.
There's always gonna be a rebellion against that. Right now, we have even a rebellion in regards to wearing masks everywhere. So there is no way that taking over the people's minds and memories is gonna be part of it.
That's actually currently happening, but okay, we're gonna move on to the next one.
Okay. Could it happen? Yeah.
Thanks to
rebellion?
DNA, Martha, this is my show. Do not interrupt me.
I will rebel.
'Cause I'll fire you.
I will rebel.
Thanks to DNA and robotic engineering, we will have created incredibly intelligent humans who are immortal. The likelihood of this is 9 out of 10. And it says, it is more likely that direct brains link using electronics. Wait, hold on. It is more likely that direct brain links using electronics will achieve this, but GM will help a lot by increasing longevity. Keeping people alive until electronic immortality technology is freely available at reasonable cost. What do you think about that?
That was a full loaded question.
Too much. So you want to move on from that one? All right.
Oh wait, you gotta break that down. That's like two things in one. First of all, I didn't bring bug repellent. I'm so mad. I don't know what.
This is gonna basically be something that's coming up, which is that humans are gonna be, the brain is gonna be, we're gonna be connected to computers.
I know, but to a certain extent, we are connected. Hence the phone and all the
No,
Google
but this is
Assist
like on a
and-
different level.
Exactly. We are already somewhat connected. We use Siri, we use Bixby, we use Google, we use anything that we can use as a virtual assistant. So
That's not what they mean.
So what would be the next level after that? I mean, we're conquering it
So this
now.
would mean that
So
if somebody, this is what I think it means, that if you got into an accident and you needed a heart transplant, they would be able to give you a heart, a robotic heart, that now you can live forever. I don't think this is going to go on for everybody, but it's going to be expensive though. Okay.
Okay. So
Moving on.
With that question, that part of it, because one thing is us.
You wanna be
using
immortal?
Electronics. I don't want to be
Try
immortal.
this, Marti.
I don't want to be immortal. Your spice?
Okay.
She's about to burn my mouth. Why? She was almost ready to cry when she did this video.
So, okay, number 4. We will be able to control the weather.
Mother Nature ain't never, ever, ever gonna let us do such thing.
See, you're
That means
wrong.
we have to.
That's happening already.
Well, because we have the ozone fucking up our ozone, but that doesn't make we're controlling it. We're
The
fucking it up.
likelihood of this is 8 out of 10. There is already some weather control technology for mediating tornadoes, making it rain, and so on. And thanks to climate change
but it did snow in
concerns,
New York just a while ago.
how dare you interrupt me on my show?
It will happen several times.
Guys, vote, comment if she should be invited back or not. Keep that in mind, Martha. So,
I'm fired.
so mediating tornadoes, making it rain, and so on, and thanks to climate change concerns, a huge amount of knowledge is being gleaned on how weather works. We will probably have technology to be able to control weather when we need to. It won't necessarily be cheap enough to use routinely and is more likely to be used to avoid severe damage in key areas. So some have said that they've already started doing that. You're right, it stays nice and cold. Okay, so you said that was not possible. It is. Number 5. Get ready for this because this is kind of scary. Guys, are you guys ready for this? Antarctica will be open for business.
I can see that happening.
The likelihood of this is 8 out of 10. The area seems worth keeping as a natural wilderness, so I am hesitant here, but I do expect that pressure will eventually mean that some large areas will be used commercially for resources. It should be possible to do so without damaging nature there if the technology is good enough, and this will probably be a condition of exploration rights. So who knows?
I mean, we have ice bars and
Oh, this vitamin D is doing its work. I'm sorry I'm so sweaty, y'all. Did you like the spice, Mikey?
I like the spice. I mean, with a reasonable amount, it's okay.
Okay.
You dumped it the last time, therefore you broke out in tears.
Are you happy about Antarctica? You happy about that? That's where you're gonna be at.
I ain't being out.
Well, just pretend, Mart.
I ain't going there.
You said you're going 100 years.
Okay, because in 100 years I might go to an ice bar.
They have that now.
I know, but we never went to it, and right now we can't do this in the next 10 years because, Corona.
Okay. 6. One single worldwide currency. How do you feel about that? Okay.
I think we all need to have shit equal across the board. But, however, it does not mean that everything goes the American way. Because, right. So, measurements and even the way we drive is due to them wanting to change and be different and fuck up everything. But we should have been driving on the right-hand side. We should have been using...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The metric system even of measuring things should have been same, equal, around the world.
Okay.
Americans wanted to change shit.
Okay.
I think at that part, everything needs to be equal and the same.
Valid point. Number 7.
I mean, shit, it will stop this whole fucking exchange currency.
Look at this one.
Changes that are
This
all
is
fucked up because it's all run by percentage, by the way.
We will all be wired to computers to make our brains work faster. The likelihood of this is 10 out of 10. We can expect this as soon as 2050 for many people. By 2075, most people in the developed world will use machine augmentation of some sort for their brains, and by the end of the century, pretty much everyone will. If someone else does this, you will have to compete.
Again, something about fucking with my brains I have a problem with. I think majority of people will have a problem with it.
Hold on, Savannah's calling. Hello? Hi,
I
baby.
should have
In
bought
the
bug
park.
repellent. Why wasn't I thinking about bug repellent?
Why? From what? Oh man, that's sad.
You want me to pause the TV? Pause?
Okay.
Oh, you mean pause the TV?
We're in the park. I'm doing our little show. All right, I'll call him in a minute, all right? Okay, okay, I love you. Are you good? Okay, I love you. Okay, right, all right. Okay, so moving on. Nano robots will flow around our body fixing cells and will be able to record our memories.
Oh, wasn't that in Bloodshot? Yeah. That was the movie Bloodshot.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that movie.
It just came out last year or something like that. But
The
yeah,
probability
it had
of this,
nanocells
though,
fixing it.
it says it's a good chance. Right now, medical nanorobots exist only in theory, and nanotechnology is mostly a materials science. But it's a rapidly growing field. Nanorobots exist within the realm of possibility, but the question of when they will arrive is another matter. Okay?
I mean,
I'm just gonna skip through to the ones that I think you have something to say about.
if it's health-wise,
By the way,
helping me,
there's only gonna be 3 languages in the world.
English, Spanish, and Latin, French.
Latin and Spanish is the same shit.
No,
Mandarin.
Mandarin. Yeah. Makes sense.
And guess what? Marriage is gonna be replaced by an annually contract.
I would love that. I'm sorry. Everybody, I don't know if you really know me, but everything is not forever. Bullshit.
Martha's not a hopeless romantic like I am.
There's some things last forever, some things don't. But it still has a limit, because if not...
Well, it has a limit
if
because
you-
everything has an expiration date.
Exactly,
Technically,
'cause
I mean, we
eventually will
die.
But think about the ones who, the couple who got together in high school who's still together at the age of 100.
Mhm.
Limited to maybe less than 5%.
Yeah, but you know why, right?
Unlikely.
The rate of divorce is so high because people are just jumping into it.
Oh, hell yeah.
We have kids having
But
kids,
they-
and then you think
but
you
they
can
were
start a family.
But they were jumping into it back then.
but
And had a lot
back
less.
then there were a lot
right
more
now,
distractions.
there's supposedly a lot more common sense. And I don't even know what the hell. That's bullshit.
There were a lot more distractions
There
back
are
then.
more distraction now.
I mean, look at the OnlyFans page.
There is distraction. Exactly. There is distraction now. Now is when a lot of other options are out there. Before, you were limited to your hometown, so somebody had to get with somebody.
Everybody
make
knew
it work.
everybody, so if you were
So-
banging this person, you can't just go down the block.
Exactly.
Like,
So right now, by the way, cheers. It just happens to be the I wanted
Cheers.
to do it now. It's a great topic. I love this topic.
Right?
Now you got me interested.
So,
This shit is limited, annual, just like a car. Because look at how many times people switch up their
I
cars.
want my man forever.
Look at how many times people switch up their cars, and that is something that supposedly, and like
You know
and their homes.
how used up your
And their
cooch is gonna
homes.
be then? If you switching niggas,
No,
what
no, no, no,
what
no,
if
no,
the
no.
next day you get a fucking 12-incher? And then the following year, here comes the 6-incher, like, what up? And you're like,
Oh, that's the little one. No,
let's
but-
clarify things. Size does not matter.
Says
It's all
who?
about chemistry.
Says who? Wait.
Size does not matter.
Wait.
Size does not matter, Martha. I disagree.
See, and therefore, this is why with women I don't have that problem.
You don't have to worry about, but you do have to worry about that cooch.
Yeah.
Because you could be I've heard stories, girl. You could be putting 2 fingers and them 2 ain't enough. You gotta move it to 3.
And then
3 ain't
50.
enough. So now you huépate. Like, come on now. They be getting crazy. Don't you think?
So size matters.
Size doesn't matter.
If it goes from 1, 2, 3, and guapati, then
Yeah, well,
it matters.
it doesn't matter in that sense. I mean, it matters to a person that, I mean, that's having to do with biology. I mean, if your
It
fucking
matters to
twat
some-
is all
Listen, it matters
all
to some people and it don't to others. I
loose
get
like
it.
a goose, I mean, shit
You
happens.
should be doing exercise for that.
But I
cooch.
honestly do believe, yes. And let's be real. Let's be real. If you are the type of female that does like big cocks,
The word is what it is.
If you do like them big, then chances are that yes, for that it matters to you because you want something big. But for a normal person, I don't think it matters. I think it has to do with the chemistry.
Well, I mean, definitely.
You
has
know,
to do
'cause
with
if
the
you
chemistry.
love the
No,
person-
it does definitely has to do with chemistry. Beyond, first and foremost, before anything. But size sometimes do matter. I've seen it. I've walked away.
Okay, but wait. That's
So it
interesting.
matters.
You've walked away because you have not been emotionally connected to this man.
So it may have.
That's why we shouldn't be having sex if we're not emotionally connected. Because then you
sometimes
just
sex
fuck
is
up. It's just another
Sometimes sex is just
check on the book. No, sex is never just sex. Martha's a G though, so for her.
I'm a double G.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna edit that part.
No, we're not.
I'm talking about my boobs.
She said it, not me. So yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel about that.
Well, with that being said, I mean, at the end of the day, it does, and ultimately, it does have to do with feelings.
Yeah, you have to have an emotional connection because I would be the type of person that if I have my husband and God forbid something happened to him where we can't have sex anymore, I'm gonna stay with him. Would you stay?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
stay with my person.
Back in the day, you wouldn't though.
Well, this is
Back in the day, you'd be like, I'm gonna see you later, okay, baby? Let me pick up these prescriptions.
For me, the cock doesn't have to work. It can work. It's fine.
Okay, as long as his mouth works for Marty, she's okay. That's perfectly understandable.
I have options.
No, but I mean,
Just kidding.
I would be okay with not having sex with my husband, like not being able to have sex with him.
Again, because it all comes down to connection.
Yeah.
Like I can be with a person and have a connection with them. It doesn't have to be sexual, but it's evidently like it's very strong and it feels good and it doesn't matter what's going on, regardless of the fact that it's just our vibe, our aura just blends so well. That it doesn't
Yeah, baby, the aura. The aura. We're gonna load these videos now. Martha, you want to show your face? Hi.
Hola.
So we're gonna edit these videos. I always forget that we have to look here. Yeah, here. So we're gonna upload these videos, see what you guys have to say, and hopefully you'll respond by the time we're still in the park.